Well, really, I'm really not ready yet. Hello, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Zoomy.
Whoa, it's so close.
So close. Anyway, hi
It's
everybody.
too close.
Carrie Brown says whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Looks like Purple Love Nana is here, and Rihanna says hello, friends.
It's too close, Chris.
Okay,
Thanks.
there.
That's better.
Anyway, but I probably need to angle it. Anyway, Joanna says hello, everyone, from 115-degree Mesa, Arizona.
Ooh, hot.
Looks like Carrie is here as well.
Hi,
So is
Carrie.
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Jennifer Lucas says good evening, beautiful people.
Good evening, Jennifer.
Rosemary says hello, hi from Virginia.
Hi, Rosemary.
Kristen Davis is here. So is Platte River Keto
Christy,
and
hi.
Kel in Michigan.
Scott.
Sylvie
Hi.
says hi, y'all. Purple Love Nana asks, are those new glasses?
They're the ones that I haven't worn a lot lately.
The frame thing, the front pops
the
off.
fancy pants.
What?
I wanted to be bright to match my orange shirt that I've been wearing
Okay.
all day.
But you didn't have that green on all day.
I know, I just put it on just now.
Just now. Were you wearing those frames all day?
I just put it on just now. So I could
All right.
match the blender bottle. It kind of matches.
Shauna says, I was watching an old MCU YouTube. Someone said, what does Chris have in favorite food? Then I heard Keto Chow, right?
Yeah.
Terry says hi from San Diego.
Hi, Terry.
And Shauna says, hello, everyone. Hi, Chris and Miriam. Marianne is here.
Hi,
Donna says,
Marianne.
evening, y'all. 108 in Central Texas.
Whew.
That's toasty.
Hot.
You should put that on vibrate.
Okay, I can do
Lynn
that.
says, hi, everyone from Pennsylvania. Carol is here from Kentucky. Mike's here from Cincinnati. Diane is here from Montachi, MS. Mississippi, Minnesota, I don't ever know. Mm-hmm. All those M things.
Massachusetts.
Cindy mixed vanilla cream and banana for ice cream delicious. That does sound like a fun thing. Mm-hmm. Lori's here, so is Jennifer, and Joanne says good evening, everyone. Exchange student is here. Let's see. S. Bradley says hello, everyone. Teresa's here from Kentucky also. Deborah just made a chocolate peanut butter ice cream.
Ooh, that sounds
from
good.
Naperville.
Naperville.
Bob says hi to
It's
hi
probably
to your lovely
Naperville.
selves. No, she said it was Naperville.
I can't remember.
Anyway, hi to your lovely selves this beautiful evening.
Bob.
This is Bob. Rick One's here. Marianne is looking forward to seeing us in Orlando.
Us too. We've been talking about Orlando all day.
Well, what we had for the schedule wasn't the final schedule, and so we were like, oh.
We didn't really know what we were supposed to be doing.
So we ended up, we are going to have a bunch of extra time. Carrie wants to know if I saw a question about canned pork. No, I did not.
Oh,
It was probably on before I opened up
sometimes
the thing.
the questions that come in very first we don't get.
Yeah, Exchange Student says, my creamy pipes from Amazon sale came today, and I just washed them.
Yay!
Platte River Keto says, finally tried Butterfinger, which is chocolate toffee with chocolate peanut butter, with a half chocolate toffee and half chocolate peanut butter.
Good, right?
Visual Keto is here. Mike says, thoughts on Rebel ice cream?
We like it.
I think they changed the ingredient list a little bit.
I think they added like chicory food. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot.
You're answering her question.
I think they added chicory root fiber or
His
tapioca
question, sorry.
starch.
Yeah.
But-
If you're out and about and it's all you have access
It's
to,
a good option.
personally, I really like just making Keto Chow into ice
The
cream.
thing about Rebel ice cream is I want to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, and I can't eat the whole thing or it makes me feel
we can
really
get
little.
one and split it with the three of us, and then we're better. The problem is if we want to taste more than one, then we just end up eating the whole thing, and then we feel horrible. So I haven't been buying it in a long time.
Shauna wants to know, did you see the keto-inspired toppers I had custom made for my glasses?
You did?
I did.
I saw coffee ones that you made. Sorry, I was
Diane
just
says
talking
it's
to somebody.
Montachi, Mississippi. Okay.
Montachi.
Kim says my birthday cake shake is waiting in the fridge for tomorrow. I've been staring at the package since I got it.
Yay, Kim.
That's awesome. Diane says I'm so excited to start keto. Well,
Awesome.
welcome. Best time
Diane,
to start
glad to have you
is
here.
yesterday. The second best time is today.
Right now. Or tomorrow, since you're probably ready to start tomorrow.
Roseanne says hello from Delaware, Ohio.
Ooh.
Just started using Keto Chow and it's helping me stay.
Yes,
awesome.
I'm so glad, Roseanne. Thanks for checking in.
Jujubee is here.
Hi, Jujubee.
Carrie wants to know, is canned pork okay? If you do fine with bacon
I think yes.
and with sausage, I would say so. And I'm not sure it would cause inflammation. So,
yeah.
it has higher omega-6, but I wouldn't be concerned about it at all. I would totally eat it. We use it in our chili. Rand says, I'm waiting for my new creamy. It's my second one. Mine quit mid-cycle. So they're replacing it. But I'm without Keto Chow ice cream until the new one arrives. Aww.
I know I've been doing Keto Chow
Actually,
a lot.
I had a Ninja Creamy stop mid-cycle a couple weeks ago. Actually, I was late for a meeting.
Right.
And so I had to get a big bowl and dig out the
remaining
thing. And then I was actually able to start it up again, but I had to repack stuff into the bowl and then start it up again.
What a pain.
Shauna says, no coffee, but yes, I got coffee ones made as well. Cindy says, Keto Chow ice cream is much better, and the pint is one serving. There you go.
Yeah, and then I can eat the whole thing. It takes me a long time, too.
Donna says, I'm trying to save birthday cake until you decide to get more.
That's a good idea.
Lynette is here. Hi, Lynette. Mike says, how can I make ice cream with Keto Chow without having one of those fancy machines? So that's actually topic number 2 for today's what we want to talk about. Okay, so how do you mix Keto Chow to use in an ice cream maker? So just generically.
Right. Well, you can just mix it like you would a shake and then dump it in.
So that's the easiest.
Right.
No special nothing needed.
Use your ice cream maker.
What kind of ice cream maker can you use?
You can use any ice cream maker.
We've tried it. Now, I didn't have good results with an old-timey one with ice and salt.
Yeah.
That kind of turned out weird. But
also something we noticed, go ahead. Finish
I was just going to say, with the Cuisinart and a bunch of other ice cream makers, it worked really well.
When it goes around and around, it tends to freeze on the outside. If you can take a spatula and just knock that stuff down, then it won't build up a big old freezer layer and get stuck. So that is something that you can do. You can also make it in a blender with a bunch of ice. That works really well.
Wendy and Harry from Loving It on Keto have a great recipe. So does Two Crazy Ketos, making it in a blender. That makes it more of like an icy or it's more like a Wendy's Frosty.
Right.
With that.
And something that Holly used to do at the old warehouse before we even thought of using ice cream makers was just mix it up in her blender bottle, put it in the freezer, and then every 15 minutes.
And she actually had a timer. She would rotate it and shake it. And it was more of a slushy.
Shake it, but it still was yummy. I have done it multiple times too. Also, it helps you get your steps in. You don't have to be sitting at your desk all day because you got to get up and turn the thing.
Than me. I'm kind of slouchy.
It's because I like to sit up because I look more flattering when I'm sitting up instead of.
Janice says I made blueberry pie cookies today.
Oh yay!
Let's see. Carrie's talking about getting an ice cream maker, mixing up with good cream and egg yolks.
Cynthia's savoring the birthday.
Now, as far as how to make Keto Chow for an ice cream maker,
right?
Some people do use a 1/4 teaspoon of Terra Gum,
right?
And some people have asked, is Acacia Gum the same? No, it's not. Yeah, otherwise it would have the same name. Different gums have different results. Although I think Carrie Brown said that guar gum also works quite well. Yeah. But Terra Gum, guar gum, those thicken it up a bit and change the consistency. Some people like theirs a little bit sweeter, and so they'll add allulose. But me personally, I'm just too lazy to do that. I literally just mix up Keto Chow and throw it in there. Now I mix it up. I'm normally mixing up 3 Keto Chows at a time and then splitting it up into blender bottles.
Right.
But when I do for a Ninja Creamy, I'm doing it in a Vitamix with melted butter, and I do 4 in the same container that I normally do 3.
Yeah.
And then I split it into the 4 pints, and it's exactly the right size.
Yep. And it
for the 4 of them.
Is good because when you freeze things, the flavor mutes even more, and so when you do the 4, it's like a little bit stronger flavor.
Now, some people think it's a little bit salty doing it that way because it's not as
like
much water.
salt.
If you were using one of the, like, an ice cream maker that has a larger size, like a pint and a half, maybe you could just do a full-size Keto Chow, which is what we would do with our compressor ice cream maker that we used to use.
Yeah.
We would just dump it in there, turn it on, and walk away. And it worked great.
Yep.
So, but as far as, how to make it, again, easiest way, just mix Keto Chow normal. If you want a little bit more stuff, you can use guar gum or Terra gum, but it's not really necessary. You can add things like allulose if you want to, but again, not particularly necessary.
You can add allulose if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind. Sean says trying to figure out where to post on my page, I guess. Yeah, that would work. Shane Student says, Frosty. Storm Chasing Gal is here from Jenks. Welcome. So he says, does not work in a Ninja blender, but in a Vitamix. I've seen people do it in a Ninja blender.
Yeah, I think you just have to do it a little amount. I don't know. I think you have to play with it until you can get it right.
Yeah. Lynette says, loving your glasses, Miriam.
Thank you.
And Teresa says, always beautiful, Miriam.
Thank you.
Let's see. Rob is here from Ontario, Canada. Welcome.
Hi, Rob.
Okay, GGB says, any intel on how long a frozen solid Keto Chow shake in a blender bottle would take to thaw, say at room temperature?
Like all the way? Like an hour?
Yeah, probably, I would say longer.
Longer than an hour. But if you leave it on the counter for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you might could shake it and then get it icy. But it's not going to be all the way icy.
Okay, that's actually, what do you do with ice cream made with Keto Chow if you can't finish it all in one sitting, Miriam?
Oh, okay. Well, put it back in the fridge is one option.
Fridge or freezer?
Is it ice cream?
Ice cream.
Oh, I thought you said Keto Chow.
It's ice cream made with Keto Chow.
Well, if it's a Ninja Creamy, you can put it back through the Ninja, but you need to make it flat first.
Yes.
Take the spoon and then just make it flat and then put it back in the freezer. I've done it multiple times.
Then you just run it through. Now, one thing I noticed when I did that before, because it wasn't full, it wasn't able to mix the stuff on top and you ended up with a layer of powder.
Yep.
Just take your spoon and squish that powder.
Just squish it.
And it turns into ice cream like magic.
It's magic. And you have room to squish it because there's air in there.
And you could add a little bit of liquid. Some people add a little bit of heavy cream.
Do. Yeah.
But really, you just run the machine a couple times, and it will turn it into like ice cream
again.
Yep. So stick it back in the freezer. Now, I also have noticed that sometimes you don't even have to reprocess it with the creamy. You just need to take it out and let it thaw.
Yeah, and I did that this week. I ran my Ninja Creamy and then realized it was time to go to the airport with Siobhan.
Okay.
And I just put the lid on, put it in the freezer. I had the mix-ins and everything in there. I was ready to go. And then I just left and I came back and set it on the counter and...
Forgot about it and then came back?
No, I just set it there for maybe 10 minutes and then I went and sat on the sofa with the kids and watched TV and it kind of digged at it a little bit.
Digged at it.
Digged. And it was good.
And it was fine? Yeah. Okay, so that's probably number 2. Just let it thaw a bit.
Let it thaw.
Let it thaw, let it thaw. Carrie cleaned the coils on the old refrigerator and you got lots of dust bunnies. There you go. Isn't it amazing when you find all that? Shane Student says, set it and forget it. Anyway, Cynthia uses xanthan gum.
Nice.
Storm Chasing Gal says, it's crazy hot in Tulsa. Loretta is here. It says hello. Cindy says, I've used birthday cake and drop biscuits and then made strawberry shortcakes.
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, Summer Chasing Gal says the date is wrong. That would be my...
yeah.
In the description of this, it's probably last week's date.
Well, that happens
I
sometimes.
could fix it right now,
You
but
know,
I'm not going to worry about it.
He has not messed up on the date in so long.
I actually
it's
messed
about
up
time.
on it last week,
Except
but
for last
I fixed it just before we went live.
Whew, that was close.
Extreme Student says, I don't think I've made a Keto Chow shake since I exploded one all over my face in the kitchen because I was dumb.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Jujube says, so it wouldn't make a good ice pack camping then. A frozen Keto Chow actually would probably work really well.
Because it stays frozen for a long time.
Uh-huh.
But you want other ice packs too.
Yeah, Mike says, I mix my Keto Chow with unsweetened almond milk and heavy cream, and it comes out nice and thick. Okay, Melody says hello.
Melody, hi.
Travis is here.
Travis, hello.
Let's see. Tracy says, I'm finally here. Hi from Austin.
Hi,
Welcome
Tracy.
from Austin.
How are you? I hope you're doing good.
Let's see. Angie says, hi guys from rural
Ooh, how do you say that?
Poignette, Wisconsin. Tried chocolate mint today as an icy shake, and it's fabulous.
Ooh, I love chocolate mint.
We like to do chocolate mint mixed with butter. With hot water, and we drink it hot right after we mix it.
All winter I drink it hot.
And it's delicious.
So good.
Chocolate minty hot chocolate. It's probably not the right time of year for that. But
no, it's hot outside.
But Mike wants to know, what if I substitute softened cream cheese for heavy cream? Has been tried before.
Yes,
multiple times. Works great. When we say fat of your choice, we mean fat of your choice. You can use heavy cream. Some people have used heavy cream powder, but I do want to caution you that heavy cream powder is higher in carbohydrates than it says on the label because of rounding.
Right.
So the serving size is so small, they round down to like 1 gram. It's actually like a lot more than that.
Right.
So it would be better to use regular cream cheese. And if you're using warm water in a blender, especially with something like the raspberry cheesecake,
Oh, yeah.
like with cream cheese, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and Lynette says, yep, it's pretty amazing. Let's see. Looks like Carrie's going to go to bed.
Oh, good night, Carrie.
Cindy says, hit the like button.
Thank you.
Exchange Student says, yeah, cream cheese is great with raspberry cheesecake. There you go. Wellman's on vacation in Texas.
Oh, I love Texas.
And she says, wow.
Wow.
Let's see. Some Chasing Gal says, I got an email about raspberry coffee thingy, and I'm so making that.
Oh, yeah.
Tracy says, yeah, it's hot in Texas. I had a 12-pack of Diet Dr. Pepper explode in my trunk.
From the heat?
Okay, at least it's diet.
That's true. That's the best thing about diet drinks.
Best
when
thing
you
about
spill them, they are not sticky.
They're not sticky.
We had, was that diet root beer?
We've had so many things
We
explode.
have had soda explode in our trailer.
Clear American.
Under the bed.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Crystal wants to know, does melted
Cacao
cocoa butter work in Keto Chow? It kind of does, but because it's... So cocoa butter ends up being like a hard fat.
It's pretty hard.
That's what's in chocolate.
Yeah.
And that's actually why we recommend the Wagyu tallow instead of regular tallow. And that's why we like butter. Cocoa butter ends up being, it's hard to get it to mix properly.
Yep. And you have to eat it hot pretty much.
You do.
Which is so delicious.
Cocoa butter with chocolate is amazing.
Yeah.
So, yes, it does.
But
it doesn't work with
hard.
mixing it up and then letting it cool, like butter and some of the other fats do. Teresa says, going on Alaskan cruise in a few weeks.
I want to come with you.
Need to take chocolate mint keto chow.
Can
Yeah,
I
there
come
you
in
go.
your suitcase?
One says it's 105.
Woo!
It's 8:30 p.m. Donna says, how do you use cream cheese to mix with keto chow?
Just melt it.
You can soften it in the microwave, but if you get a blender going with pretty warm water, I've found
and
lately,
softened cream
I've
cheese.
actually been using a thermometer and checking the temperature of my water lately when I've been mixing. And when I get somewhere between like 98 and 103 degrees Fahrenheit, seems to be the sweet spot where I have less likelihood of getting the fat is too cold and it doesn't mix all the way, or the water's too hot and it causes the Acacia Gum to not work like it's supposed to, and stuff separates by density, you just shake it up and it's fine. But if you get it too hot, then like chocolate, the cocoa settles to the bottom. So get your water about 100 degrees with the cream cheese running in a blender, and then add the powder to it, and it will just work. So Marianne uses heavy cream powder for emergencies and powder outages. Perfect. Diane says, I love Keto Chow. Thank you. And Wellman wants to know, are we going to Orlando?
Yes, we are.
So if you go to lowcarbevents.com, it's a website we did just to keep everything sane. So I will show you the ones we're going to. We're not going to the Northeast Meetup,
which is this
in New
weekend?
Jersey. Yep. We won't be in Omaha in time to go to the meet and greet and golf. Meet and greet and mini golf.
That's just
but we will be going to the Keto Summit. Not going to that guy. We will be at Orlando.
Woo, woo.
We won't be at Low Carb San Diego because we're going to be on a different trip.
We have a family vacay.
We have Holly and Steve are going to the Low Carb for Better Health in Tennessee. Not going to that guy. This one is virtual.
Yes.
We're supposed to be going to the Las Vegas Keto Expo, but I haven't heard a lot of information about it lately.
We don't know, right?
We are definitely going to Keto Palooza. Miriam would rather go to Low Carb Sydney.
I want to do both.
But instead, we will be hosting Dr. Barry and Nurse Nisha at the Utah Quarterly Meetup on October 14th.
Can you just host and I'll go to Sydney?
I mean, if you want to, but you're kind of the one in charge of the meetup, so. But yeah, we will be broadcasting it for free.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be in the Utah area
we should probably
in October,
post that they're going to come.
Yes, we should. We should start posting
Can
that.
I hold the baby?
We're not going to Low Carb Boca, at least not yet.
Yes. We haven't quite decided.
We are going to be going to the Metabolic Health Summit.
Somebody is from our
January.
team, for sure.
We're hosting the meetup. We're hosting the meetup.
May.
We will not be going on the Low Carb Cruise.
Yes.
Because we have 2 children that are graduating.
We're going to graduation.
And it's like May 30th is graduation.
Yep.
So as of right now, we're not going to hack your health by KetoCon either. Yep. We are doing the Keto Meetup and the other Keto Meetup, and that's all of the events that we know about so far at this point.
Right.
So that's the whole summary.
Right now.
Gee, why should I make a website that keeps track of all this, right?
Good idea.
Cynthia's excited about a new coffee recipe. Nice. Stephanie wants to know, how many Keto Chows can I have in a day?
3.
Up to 3. Do not have more than 3. More than 3 will give you way too much nutrients. Yeah, vitamins that you shouldn't have too many of. It's designed to give you 1/3 of your nutrition in each one. If you find that you're not quite full after eating 3, you might want to try something very high in protein, like a can of salmon is one of our favorite things to do.
Yes. With some Redmond seasoned salt on it.
Yep. Or some ground beef or something like that. But for a lot of people, 3 is what you would do if you want to do just Keto Chow. And I've lately done a lot of 3 bowls of ice cream for all of my meals.
I've done a couple days with 2 because it's so hot.
Yeah. Crystal Harris says, I save the fat from my 73% ground beef to use my Keto Chow. Hopefully it doesn't taste beefy. It probably will.
Yeah, but do it anyway.
But for something like the taco or the tomato or even the chicken soup would work really well. Crystal says, thank you for your answer. Okay. Woman likes the good tip on the temperature. Cindy says, what was your ratio of heavy whipping cream and Keto Chow to make the mousse you had at KetoCon?
Okay.
So it was,
I think it's a cup.
2 cups of, it was a quart of heavy cream for
4
2
servings. 2 servings.
2 servings of Keto Chow.
So it's 2 cups per serving.
I think that's correct.
And we usually add sweetener.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's basic. I think it's actually
it's on the
1
website.
cup of heavy cream per serving of Keto Chow. So it might be 4 servings of Keto
Okay,
Chow.
so that was 4 servings.
I could be
But
wrong.
we make
though.
it in bulk, so it's not like you need to
Yeah,
make
we make
that
it.
much.
We make a giant.
So it's
thing
just
of it.
a cup of heavy cream with a serving of Keto Chow.
I think so, and then you just whip it.
And then
you basically make it into
you
whipped
whip
cream.
the whipped topping, and then you can add a little bit of almond milk or water to thin it out.
Yeah, if you want
or
to.
Or heavy cream if you want to.
Well, it says maybe I'll go to Orlando. Okay. Mike says, do you guys
I
find
think you
yourselves
should.
under attack by the no-fat crowds all the time? Actually, no.
Sometimes.
We don't hang out in those circles, so
Yeah.
Anyway, it says, I feel like the world is stuck on fats because of cholesterol. We
Yeah.
get a lot of we get a lot more of that's too much sodium.
Yeah, and our sweetener is going to kill everyone in the world. But we are doing what we want to do, and this is the choice that we've made, and that's okay.
Marie says, how long does it take your body to get used to the fiber? I've been carnivore so long my body isn't used to fiber. Wondering when my colon will get used to it. Depends on how much fiber you're using, and but I would say probably 3 or 4 days for the bacteria to get going again and start doing
Also,
that.
are you doing 3 Keto Chows only? Because that's a big difference than 1 Keto Chow
Or
and
2.
some meat. So
Yeah.
I would stick to having some meat for your other meals, and then
Most people don't do 3 a day.
and it won't be quite so drastic of a change on your body.
Exposing Darkness is here. Melissa says, I have a tea kettle that I can set the temperature on. Oh, nice.
Yes.
So it's a great feature. That would be
I also
perfect.
have one. You also have one.
Yeah. Well, there's one here and there's... Yeah, but it's too small. I need
That's true.
big.
You need a lot of water.
I need like 3 gallons of water every time I go to make Keto Chow. And then somebody stole my water pitcher.
I was making one for
know.
Sean. She wanted a Keto Chow.
Gina would love to come to the meetup in October. I think it'll be fun because, well,
Gina,
the cool
please
thing is
come.
going to be
I want you
that
to come.
since it's a smaller meetup,
Yes.
you're going to be there with like Dr. Barry and Nisha
Yep.
and just a couple of other people. So your likelihood of being able to approach him and talk to him and actually interact with him is very
It's
high,
higher.
which is why we're doing these meetups like this.
Yeah.
Let's see. I
I think
Marie
it's
says, what date? October 14th.
October 18th.
Mike wants to know, are Michelob Ultras keto friendly? So it's the total number of carbs in them is going to be the determining factor. Most people don't do well with more than 20 non-fiber carbohydrates a day as far as keto goes. And some people will set a limit of 50 total carbohydrates, including fiber, just to get themselves like right on track. Let's see. Kelly Dawn says, I just got my chow in today's mail. Start in the morning. Nice.
Nice.
Jennifer says, just heavy cream and tallow in there. Nice. There you go. Yeah, and Lynette says, everyone should come to the October meetup. And if you can't come to the October meetup, we will be streaming it for free.
Right.
Right where you're seeing this here today, which is Facebook and YouTube, we'll be streaming it.
If you do come, it's so pretty in the mountains that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, in the fall.
Leaves change, and
Yeah, it's really pretty for like 2 minutes. About the same length
For
of time that an avocado is ripe.
no, that's true.
Then he says, I drink hot keto chow every morning. Love it in hot coffee, too. And Alan says it's nice down in Southern California on the beach.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
like to do there.
I would like
Cynthia
to do
says,
that
yeah,
for
love the ice
sure.
cream challenge. 2 crazy ketos did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was cute.
See, Wellman says, thanks for the summary. I just want to know
Sorry,
if
I'm
you
just
two would
texting
be
my
there.
neighbor
My
real quick.
favorites out of the keto stars. I don't
Aw.
know. I tell my kids I'm famous on the internet, and they say, we know, we just don't care.
They don't say that.
And Kelly Dunn is looking forward to trying this stuff. And Mike says, hi, folks. Welcome, Mike.
Hi.
Mike says, God bless pure sucralose powder. There was a funny TikTok that I saw of this doctor who was talking about the most recent sucralose study. And he was talking about, the dosage and how much you would have to drink. His calculation was that it was 8,000 12-ounce
Oh, we
drinks.
totally watched that today.
And he's like, you would die from the water before you died from anything else.
Right?
It was actually pretty funny. Marie says 1 or 2 keto chows a day with beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. There you go. Kelly Donna says, new study on erythritol was shocking. It's rough on the heart. Check out the dosage amounts on that study. It's not what you think it is. Anyway, Mike says, I missed another meetup. I sure hope we can make the next one. Dr. Barry's going to be here.
Yes!
Let's see.
Sorry,
GGB says Michelob Ultra is like 2.3 total. It's more the alcohol that you got to burn off. Oxidative principle. Yeah, because you will burn. Your body has a priority that it burns fuels. Number one is alcohol. Everything stops until it's done with alcohol. Next is exogenous ketones, strangely enough. You will burn exogenous ketones, which is ketones that you get from an outside source, before anything else. Well, except for alcohol. Then comes glucose in the bloodstream, then protein, then finally at the end is stored fat. So, Adrienne says, heard raves about using a beef tallow with core chocolate. Can you tell us how you make that?
Yes. Well, you just melt it like you would butter. And the beef tallow, the one that we buy at the Chicago
The Wagyu beef tallow.
Packing beef tallow, it melts faster than butter too. I just put it in a glass container.
Honestly,
and melt
it looks like mayonnaise.
Yeah, it does.
To me,
it's beautiful.
But yeah, you just melt it in like a little mug or something like that.
Yeah, and then just put it in your Keto Chow with your warm water and mix it up. I have just shaken it, and it's worked good as long as you have warm water to go with it.
I personally never shake it. I always use a blender because I am not a glutton for punishment.
I have never had problems with making it just that way.
Okay.
Whereas I sometimes do have problems with butter.
All right.
So, yeah, there's
Mike says I drank a chocolate core for breakfast and 2 Flying Dutchmen for lunch.
Yes.
Lynette loves fall in the Utah mountains.
It's so pretty.
Let's see. Jennifer says delivery ride today. Grand Beauty was disappointed it wasn't from Keto Chow.
Aww. She's talking about her granddaughter.
Yes. Exposing the Arctic says I've never been to Utah. Keto Chow makes me put it on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
Definitely come by. Mike says Salt Lake is a great place to visit, except the Great Salt Lake. That place is kind of disappointing, frankly.
Not that awesome. Saltaire is cool.
Yeah.
Where the Salt Lake used to be, and it's just covered in white. It looks like snow in the middle of the summertime.
Yeah.
It's so white, it hurts your eyes.
Donna says, I love that you stream your meetups for those who cannot make it. Well,
I'm so glad.
It's honestly the cool thing to do, so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And this, with a new setup with the meetups, all the pretense of, well, maybe we're going to stream it or maybe, no, we're just going to stream it.
Yeah, but we still want you to come if you can.
Yeah.
If you can't, no big deal. Do you want to talk about how the meetup went this weekend?
Almost. What we're supposed to be doing is talking about meal prep. But first, Cynthia says if you use 4 tablespoons of butter, is it the same amount of tallow? Close. There's a little bit
more
of
fat
water in butter.
In the tallow.
So tallow, you would use a little bit less. On our website, there's a calculator that tells you like how much oil or butter or heavy cream to use. It's the tallow is basically oil in solid form. Okay, so let's talk about keto meal prep.
Okay, keto meal prep. So what I've been doing is making my favorite dinners at dinner time and making enough to save some in containers afterwards. And then I'm weighing it ahead of time and putting a label on it and then putting that in the freezer so then I can have that for lunch.
You're actually using those dissolvable labels, huh?
I am. I've been using those for a while. And I really like them because they come off, but I know exactly what it is and how old it is because I've just pretty much commandeered the entire top shelf of my freezer.
Yes, you have.
Most of it's pumpkin sausage soup right now, but eventually Max will run out of stuff in the fridge and then he'll probably start stealing those too.
He started stealing it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. The reason why I haven't eaten all the pumpkin sausage soup is because I didn't have high enough macros for it. But I just started my reverse diet. I'm so excited.
Okay.
I got 100 grams of protein today. Yay!
Wow. Oh, that's why we had Buffalo Wild Wings, huh?
Well, it was so good. So I'm super happy. And what Robert said is in this section where I'm at, I probably won't be losing weight anymore. I'm just going to get my calories back up again.
You'll probably
and hopefully I won't.
Body recompositioning.
Yes. So I do need to keep lifting. I actually should be lifting harder still. but I've been upping my weights still. So I mean my lifting weights.
But so Keto Meal Prep. Now there's another trick that you've used in the past to great success, which is you get out a bunch of keto recipe books.
Right.
And you have the kids pick a day.
Yes.
And then they pick a recipe that
Yes.
they're going to make.
And it works out really good if we do that ahead of time, because then I can just buy all the groceries and then they just do it. So we did that last week, actually. And they wrote down everything. Kate's day got changed. She was going to make keto pizza.
Oh, but we weren't here.
But we ended up not being here because we changed our plans.
Yeah, she was like, you weren't here to help.
I was sorry. But we did end up making it on Saturday instead, and that was supposed to be a leftover day. I have noticed it's really helpful for me to put in, schedule 2 days of leftovers, or the stuff sits in the fridge and people don't eat it and then it goes bad. So either you make enough food that it all gets eaten, or you deliberately plan to save it. So I would prefer, if we're done with the meal and we have something, to stick it in the freezer and use that as lunch or breakfast for work.
Either die the hero or live long enough to become the
Yeah.
villain.
So today when there was leftover green beans, I said, Max, go give these to the chickens.
Yes.
Because I would rather have them eat it than it get thrown in the garbage in a week and a half.
Okay, so
Or 2 weeks or a
now
month from
my personal... on Sunday, we had a couple of hours. I was super tired, but I did it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Because, and we're going to get into this later, our son, Max, I've told him he needs to drink a Keto Chow a day.
Yes.
And we'll get into that in a bit. But I needed to mix up a bunch of Keto Chow. And so that was my meal prep for the week. And I got out 4 packages of butter.
Yeah.
And laid them out and cut them up.
Like a ton.
I did.
It took 30 minutes.
I did 8 batches of 3.
Right.
Plus 4 creamies.
Yeah. And you were kind of mad that I didn't eat my creamies, so there weren't more containers.
I was like, there's only 4 in here.
I was ready to get mad because I'm like, you can't have all of the containers. I am allowed to have a creamy in there if I want to.
12.
No, I had 4 and then I had eaten some of them. So plus the ones that were in there, I made for you. They have your macros.
Yeah, there weren't any of those left.
No, the only ones that I have for me was the pecan sticky bun. That's it.
Oh, you made the strawberry and the
all
vanilla?
of those are yours.
Okay, well you didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. You just didn't listen. It's fine. Because you know what? I take his sometimes.
Okay.
And I thought, I'm taking his. I'm going to take some, make for you with the half a stick of butter. And I never labeled them because you don't ever want them to be labeled.
Okay, so the 53.6 grams is half a stick?
That's half a stick of butter.
That makes sense.
But I put it in by grams, so I like to do that.
Well, I wish I would have known that.
I wish you would have listened when I
eaten
told you
some
the
of them.
first time.
Anyway, so as far as meal prep goes,
You should fight with your
I was
husband
able
about
to
it.
crank out, well, for one person, 9 days worth of food.
That was a lot.
Or for myself, Kate, Max, sometimes Miriam, well, it's 2 or 3 days worth. I actually need to make some creamies tonight. There are 8 in the cupboard.
Yeah.
So,
It's because it's been so hot. So I had, and that's another thing, we had some at work that were vanilla cream that I had made. So I had made all those ones for you and Kate and Max. I don't think he knows how to use the creamy, or he might eat it.
I think he just doesn't care to use it.
And then I had the 2 or 3 pecan sticky buns in there that you were so mad about.
I wasn't mad about them.
I finally realized why you were frustrated, because there were a lot of creamy containers in there. And I'm like, seriously, I only have 3. I have 3 and we have 12 containers. But then there were strawberry cream at work and vanilla cream at work that I made for the ladies to try at the meetup.
Okay. So anyway, that's how I do meal prep.
Yes, which I do that
And then
too.
it's so nice because on my way out the door, I stop by the refrigerator,
Oh, yoink.
grab a blender bottle, grab a creamy, throw it in my backpack, and I'm covered for breakfast and lunch. And it's kind of busy there at work, and it's actually a little bit funny to me how some of the people who work, especially in our marketing department, will have meeting, and then it's like, then they run to grab something for lunch,
Sandwiches.
and then they're late for the meeting after lunch, and I'm like, you could just make a keto chow, right?
I also, I'm pretty demanding, and I demanded that 12 o'clock was left open.
Yeah, it's actually blocked out on the calendar.
12 o'clock is lunchtime. Do not take my lunchtime.
Yeah,
I do not want to
meetings.
talk about work at lunch. I want to talk about anything you can possibly talk about that's not work. And that's sacred time for me. But I think the guys are just excited to be able to get some stuff done.
Well, I think they're just working.
And
at
so
their
they
desk
just work
lunch.
through their lunch, and then
they're like, oh crap, I forgot lunch. But that's literally why I made Keto Chow.
Yeah, we do
was
have
for
we do
that.
have a lot of people that do Keto Chow once a day
true.
too
Okay,
at work.
so let's get back to some of the comments. Debbie says, thank you so much for the magnesium drops. I need it tonight so much.
Yeah.
Gina wants to know if we're by Skinwalker Ranch. I have no idea.
Where is that?
I've heard of it before, but I've never been there. Mike says, is that lake filling up a little this year? Actually, Great Salt Lake went up, I think, 6.
It's probably
feet?
more than that.
Adrian says, if you melt it, is the measure the same? Yes, it is. Especially if you use a scale. Let's see. Jennifer says, I wish I had the burger place in Jersey to try. In-N-Out Burger? I think In-N-Out Burger is way overrated.
I like it, but we just hardly ever go there.
Crystal says, Aldi has 6-pound, 24-count beef burger patties for $14.99. Nice. Hope there's some left for the freezer.
I hope so too.
Let's see. Mike says, I contacted Ninja yesterday, and they told me the older model of Ninja Creamy is still being manufactured, and that they will ship it to retailers when they can. They are out of stock everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently it blew up on TikTok.
It really did.
Okay, Kelly says, if I don't eat a very mixed salad, like olive or walnut or almond oil, I can tell it later. Oh, really? She says, I hate it when mom and dad fight.
Right. Sorry. We've been fighting all day, actually.
Adrian says, Miriam, I usually get annoyed with Facebook ads, but I smile every time I see your smiling face on my feed.
Thank you.
Jennifer says, girls, you're both pretty. Laura says, how much water is the best for flavor with a butter for the hot chocolate mix? So, me personally, when I'm doing a blender bottle, I will put in the fat, put in the powder, water all the way up to the top.
Yep.
I find that for most people, if they don't use that much water, it tastes overly salty or it's too thick. And so a lot of people, when they mix them up, they're mixing them up like to here.
Yeah,
and
then it can be too salty.
That's not enough.
But you can do whatever your preference is too.
Gina says, mine. That says, I found some 1-pound packages at my grocery outlet of Wagyu ground beef for $2.97 a pound.
Yes.
Nice indeed. Deborah says, whomever makes your commercials, they deserve a raise.
They are so great.
We paid them handsomely for those commercials. Cindy says, I wish my job had a creamy so I could do ice cream for lunch. You should ask. Ask to see if they could put in a creamy.
Yeah.
I just flat out, we bought one for home.
Yep.
And I was like, I want one of these for
one at
lunch.
work.
And so we bought one for the office too.
We also do have a compressor ice cream maker too. If somebody.
Yeah, every once in a while somebody uses
Yeah,
it.
we should probably put it in the cupboard because it takes up a lot of counter space.
Rihanna says Skinwalker Ranch is a lot further up.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see. Lana says, I guess I need to take you guys to In-N-Out Burger more often. It's my new favorite.
Oh, nice.
I
Where's one by us? Where's one
it's
by
on
Keto Chow?
It's the closest one to Keto Chow is actually American Fork.
That's far
But there's
away.
also one in Riverton on Bangor and 123rd.
Over there.
Yeah. Tracy agrees In-N-Out is overrated. GB says, my husband left the dirty bottle in the car. I can't get the steak out. Is it
just
trash?
throw it away.
Oh, well, okay. If you mix up a little bit of bleach and water and stick it in the sun.
You could also use vinegar and water.
It might
come
take it out.
Yeah, in the sun.
But, Sean says, I like my thick shakes. So salty is yummy. There you go. Well, that says employees that put put in creamies are super cool.
They
They are.
Especially when I'm trying to be quiet for lunch.
Oh my gosh. But it's in the break room. And it's like, I come down there and I'm like, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
there's 12
everyone.
people in here. I'm going to turn
I
this
deliberately eat lunch late, so I'm
Or
not
early.
disturbing. Like, I'll come down
Early.
at 3 p.m. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's still people in there. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're here too late. I'm turning on the creamy
I
machine.
waited as long as I could.
Exposing Darkness says, I live so close to work, I can come home to make it.
You should walk home and do that.
Shauna
Get
likes
some steps in.
Habit Burger,
Oh, yeah.
but
We've
wants
done
to come
Habit.
to Keto Chow and get a Utah burger.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Crystal Harris says, all that fat, that song was in my head all evening long.
Oh,
Instead of all
fun.
that jazz. Gina wants a Utah burger.
Oh, Gina, come. Come see me.
Oh, Lana says there
and
was
I'll
one on
take you to get a
123rd
Utah
East, just east of the freeway. Is there? Oh, yeah, there is. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
It's still overrated.
We don't ever go over there.
Andrea is here. Hi, Andrea.
Andrew, hi, I miss you.
Marie says In-N-Out is
How are you
by
doing?
Coles.
How's
Yeah,
your-
see, just like Lynn
Kiddos,
said.
how's your grandkid doing?
Oh, Shauna pointed out the denture tablets can also help with the smell
Oh,
in the Keto Chow bottle.
if you have some of those.
Mike thinks the Five Guys is overrated. Deborah says I was trying to hack the
Actually,
Dutch
I really
Brothers
like
menu
Five
for
Guys.
keto cold treat. There you go.
I
And
like Five Guys because they give you like 100 million onions and mushrooms. You're like, I would like 500 burgers. And then they're like, also all the onions and mushrooms you can hold.
by the way, at Five Guys, you can request grilled jalapenos. It's
Yeah.
not on the menu, but
Yeah.
they'll totally do it.
Yeah.
Jean Ann says baking soda is good too.
Mm-hmm.
And GGB says it's my favorite teal one, just like you showed. It's so pretty. He always breaks my toys.
Oh.
Let's see. Gina says vinegar, Dawn, baking soda, stink be gone. There you
Yep,
go.
try all the
And Rhiannon
things.
recommends Clorox spray bleach.
Oh, yeah, that might help too. I think I have some of that.
Rod says I eat protein style In-N-Out when necessary, but agree with Chris. Overrated, and I think the patties are on the dry side. So Shauna used to use denture tablets in the retainers.
Ah.
And Exposing Darkness likes the Five Guys puts their cheeseburgers in the bowl. Yes.
I know, I like
Unless
it
you're
too.
dumb like me and forget to ask for it in a bowl. Then you run up there and you're like, wait, those are supposed to be in a bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Question, quote, I am wondering if anyone gives Keto Chow to their kids. I have an 11 and 13-year-old. I'm not that mom and want them to be skinny, just healthy.
Well, technically, it's not made
Keto
for
Chow is
children.
not indicated for use by children, nursing, or pregnant mothers. Please consult your physician before starting any dietary program, including feeding chicken nuggets or macaroni and cheese to
or
your
dino
children.
nuggets.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
said
you
chicken nuggets.
consult your pediatrician before you give your fast
What
food
about
to your kids?
Twizzlers?
Yeah, our kid was totally sitting at the dinner table
I
tonight
told him to.
eating Twizzlers.
I said, I want you to eat this treat after your meal.
But he just sat there and ate it afterwards. Anyway, so
Food order matters.
we're back to, can you give Keto Chow to your children? Again, technically,
It's up to you.
We have to say we don't recommend it. Like I said earlier, our son, he kept having weird fatigue issues.
Yeah, we took him to the doctor and couldn't figure anything
Like
out.
he got an MRI. He got
got a
all these
CAT
tests done
scan.
just to make sure he wasn't having like seizures.
Yeah.
And he just, I said, dude, I want you to drink a Keto Chow a day.
We didn't test his blood for vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah.
That's
But guess
I
what
thought
went
it was.
away by
Yeah,
drinking
he's
a
feeling
Keto
a
Chow
lot
a day?
better with Keto Chow.
So it's designed for nutrition, but now Siobhan had a good counterpoint to that.
Okay.
She, on the Facebook support group where this was answered, she was talking about, it's important to not make kids feel like they're outsiders and that they
Right.
have to do this
Right.
thing. But if you're like, hey, this is super healthy and it tastes delicious, and you're like, I'll only let you have one a day if you're really good, then that seems like a different thing. But Siobhan's comments were really good about not setting up the kids for a mentality of like, I would read it, but I don't, it's in a private Facebook group,
Oh, okay.
and so I don't want to, anyway, if you're a member of the Keto Chow Facebook
Yes.
support group, she has a really good post about that.
But she did talk to us about it this weekend with her voice. And she was saying, we don't want to set kids up for eating disorders or feeling like they have to eat a certain way. Also because they're growing, and so it's important for them to get enough food and enough calories. We're kind of in like a diet mentality space, especially when we do need to lose weight, and the kids do not need to be calorie restricting.
Yes.
Because they're growing. So I think that's a really important thing to...
She also said it was important for them to learn to actually like cook.
Yeah.
Which is super important. I would rather my kids know how to cook. But compared if they aren't going to cook, I'd rather have something like Keto Chow they can grab out of the fridge rather than ordering stupid DoorDash and getting another Little Caesars pizza.
Yeah. Max did brats on the smoker last week.
Yep.
And
They were actually kielbasa's, but close enough.
well, they were long and skinny and fat, but not hot dogs.
There you go.
So they looked like brats. Anyway, he was super excited because he got them on there and put the little things in there, and then I told him how to turn it on.
Temperature sensors? Nice.
And then he's like, that was easy.
The smoker is super easy.
Whereas Sam made the meatballs and potatoes the day before and the veggies and stuff, and he's like, that took a long time.
Yep. Yeah.
We didn't eat the potatoes, by the way.
Now, also, Dr. Barry we have a video of him talking about, a lady was asking about, how do I get good nutrients into my kid? And he actually said, go across the hall, get some of that Keto Chow.
Keto Chow.
And that would be here's a shake. And he said also that's a good way to, if you've got an elderly parent who just isn't getting good nutrition, that'd be a good way to do it as well.
Yep.
Okay, going to catch up on comments a little bit.
Okay.
Storm Chasing Gal says Miriam is silly.
That's not true.
Rita is here, first live in
that
a
is
while.
true.
Welcome.
Hi, Rita.
GGB says my kids
How
love it,
are
and I
you?
have scrambled egg pudding in my fridge right now.
I'm taking my shoes off.
Marie says I just tried raspberry cheesecake. Wow, even good warm. I've been having raspberry cheesecake. I actually had raspberry cheesecake
cute.
for my dinner as a creamy. It was so good.
Yeah. Oh, that was really good. I had a bite of it.
Janice says someone asked today how to make Keto Chow cookies. I Googled Keto Chow cookies, and all the recipes showed up.
Yep.
I dipped them in melted keto brick.
Yum!
That would be good.
I want to do that.
Rita wants Rita's granddaughter wants Keto Chow waffles every morning that she's here.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
And that's going to fill her up, too. She's going to go forever on that. I told you guys that when we were on our hike, I brought Keto Chow chaffles, and we put meat and cheese in them for lunch every day.
Okay.
They were good.
Chichubi says, they own the product. They can't say yes. Right. I'm here to say my OBGYN approved it, and my kid's pediatrician said, real food is better, but no problem here with this.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, would we rather that you feed your children meat? Yes.
Yes, and sit down at the table with them and enjoy their
eggs.
company.
Yeah, that's true.
Eggs.
Andrew says, Miriam, I'm well. The grandson is awesome. He's doing well, great in school, and his diet is high-fat keto. His words have finally come, and he loves Keto Chow ice cream.
Oh, that's so nice. He's talking. Oh, my gosh.
Deborah says, I sleep better if I have at least 2 Keto Chows a day with my other meals. Also, no more leg cramps. It's the magnesium.
Yes. Deborah.
Rita says, yeah, they all love the Keto Chow, the
Creamy.
Creamy, yeah. Jennifer says, I've been surprised to see how often people offer sweets to my youngest granddaughter.
Yes.
Cotton candy, dum-dums. Yeah.
That's true. They still do that. I mean, my kids are kind of big now, but yeah. Even the grocery store offers candy to people.
Tracy says, my granddaughters waited for me to get home from work so they could have a Keto Chow creamy for dessert. And Storm Chasing Gal says, those are your official keto sandals.
Yeah, they're cute, huh? The Minimal Mom recommended them. They're really,
Dawn, the Minimal Mom.
They're really expensive, but they're really comfortable, and they're tall.
Okay.
Not that I need to be taller, but...
Right, Miriam, how can you tell what version of Keto Chow different flavors are available in?
Oh, well, we've got a spot on the website, if you want to pull that up.
Well, so there's 2 ways to do it.
You can look when it'll say it on the version number in the picture, right?
Yeah, like in the product listing. Here it is, Keto Chow flavor status. So, now, here on the page itself, you've got, say, blueberry pie 2.80, banana 2.8 in the singles, but not in the big bags. Well, let's go to the banana page.
Okay, you know I like banana. Haley was having banana, and she was so excited that we sent it to her.
Yep.
Yay.
And it should...
Boop, boop, boop.
Single serving. Oh, it looks like they haven't updated this one yet. But it should on right here, say version 2.8
Okay.
in the corner. Anyway, but the easiest
is to look at that
in the flavor status page. Yeah, we just added that so that and this is where we're keeping that up to date. Okay, better question. Why are there different versions of Keto Chow?
Every time we change
I wasn't sharing.
Well, now...
Here's the flavor status page.
Here's the flattest stuff.
Here's the flattest page.
So...
Anyway, okay, so why do we have different versions of Keto Chow?
Every time we change the recipe, every time we change the amount of something or packaging, we change the number so that we can have a log of what we've changed.
Oh yeah, 4.34 total carbs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's version 2.8. And there's even a change log.
And
Keto
really, the Keto Chow that's not 2.8 is not bad.
Yeah.
I've just been doing total carbs I've been doing 10 total carbs for a long time, and I can't fit Keto Chow in there because it has too high a total carbs. It's like 7, so then it takes up my whole carbs, which is fine because I really feel like the Acacia Gum cancels out, and it's not a problem. So it also helps with digestion.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's been fine, but I'm just trying.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm just trying to stick to the letter. I mean, I'm not doing this perfect job, but I'm trying. Anyway, but we did discover that we could use less Acacia Gum fiber, and so that's what the change is.
But yep, so we
that's
have.
So cute. Look at that cute graphic. Anymore. I mean, I'm looking at a cute graphic.
But so we do have a change log where we list out all of the changes that are made. And we do have the flavor status that is also telling you what the status is of the different flavors, whether they're a permanent flavor or a seasonal. Actually, that comes to a different question. When do these current seasonal flavors, like the orange cream and the root beer, go out, and the new seasonal, like the pumpkin spice, when are those going to be available? Is there a date set?
I don't know if there's dates.
There is not a date set
specifically, but we will email you. It's nice to be on the email list. Is there a way that they can sign up for the email list on the website?
Yeah, so you go to the bottom of the page.
There's also a text list, so enter your email right there. Enter your email. We should have enter your telephone number right there too.
Once you've entered your email, you
might get an email that says
you can log in and say you want the text message. Okay. Also, whenever you go to checkout, you have the option.
Oh, to getting on the text list.
Yep.
So we don't send texts a ton, but we do send emails like once a week, and then maybe more if we have sales or a new product launch, or we get something in stock that we've been waiting for. That'll always come in email. So if ever you want to know, that's a good way to know.
Yeah, but we don't announce ahead of time when the stuff's going to change out because we have to wait for it all to get here and get on the shelf, and everything's fine, and it's been tested, and it's ready to go, and it takes a couple of weeks to get everything ready to go and make sure it's not going to have any problems. It's surprisingly complex.
Yeah.
So, you have people saying I'm not sharing. Yeah, I figured that out. GGB says, yeah, but most of these doctors say Flintstones vitamins are okay too.
I know. I took those forever.
So why not give nutrition with it? Caveat, I'd say one shake is probably 2 for kiddos. Yeah. So what I would do. It just
depends on how big your kid is.
I would give the kids a little IKEA
glass,
cup and a blender bottle, and I would pour it into the cup and say, let me know if you want more. And they'll just take as much as they want, and then it's fine.
And usually they just drink the cup and leave.
Yeah. Or half of it, and spill it all over the place.
Our kids are ginormous. So Sam is 13, and he is about this high. So he will pass me in 5 minutes. I'm not ready. My baby.
Jan says, I got an email today from Ninja offering me the breeze. I passed. I'm a Cuisinart.
That's okay, Janice. You got to figure it out. You don't have to get a Ninja.
Jennifer is hoping for a butterscotch
Oh,
flavor.
wouldn't that be yummy?
GGB says, I figured out a solution for this group camping trip. I'm going to take a can of coconut milk and a mocha packet and use half the can, toss the rest. Top with water and shake.
Yes, what a good
Shake, shake,
idea.
shake.
I have not thought about doing that and camping. That would be so delicious.
GGB says, just got to remember to bring a can opener.
Yeah, that's it. And then a bottle brush and some soap. Just like a little thing of Dawn
You
dish
could
soap.
also just bring a stick of butter inside the bottom of your blender bottle.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if it's salted butter, it's going to be fine,
It'll be
for
fine.
a couple days. Deborah says, I'm going to attempt to come up with a keto shortcake.
Ooh,
and
do
add a
it.
lemon meringue ice cream layer on top of it.
That would be good.
Nice. Becky says, we like salted caramel for blender ice cream. I'm due to get another big bag of Keto Chow. Anyone recommend another flavor? Raspberry cheesecake is freaking amazing.
Yes,
Like,
it has been really good.
I'm having a hard time finding one I like better as a creamy right now.
I would.
Well, except for the chocolate peanut butter.
I do like root beer too.
And I really liked the banana last time I make it.
The banana.
Mike wants to know, how's the Acacia Gum situation. It's all resolved as
It's
far
better.
as I'm aware, and we're not using up as much. We used to use 5.6 grams.
Yep.
Now we're using 1 gram, so we can make 5.6 times as many
That's right.
servings with the same amount, and so it's like crisis
Hi,
averted.
Kathy.
Becky says, I like Miriam's hair color today.
Thank
Interesting,
you.
You wear your hair differently with every live meet.
I know. I like to do it different every day. I don't know why. I just get bored.
Cynthia says, when Miriam leaves again, you launch flavors. So the next day Miriam leaves is...
Let's go somewhere this weekend.
Switch Grocery is here. Hi there.
I swear.
GGB says, yeah, my 12-year-old only weighs 68 pounds. She's going to college in
gosh.
a booster seat. Wow.
Wow.
Marianne also wants a butterscotch. So does Exposing Darkness.
No, doesn't that sound
GGB
yummy?
says it's 100+ degrees and lots of bears. If I can keep it sealed, I would feel better, even if it's in the bear locker.
Right.
Wow.
Wow. Sorry about
Renee
that.
says, I just got my first order of Keto Chow, the salted caramel. First, yummy. Chocolate is up
Yes.
tonight. Wondering what's the difference between the chocolate and chocolate core. Short version, chocolate core uses beef protein and either stevia or no sweetener. The regular chocolate uses milk protein isolate and it uses sucralose as a sweetener.
Yep, they taste totally different. So I would not taste them next to each other.
Also, chocolate core is a lot harder to mix.
Yes, but you want to use warm water.
Deborah says your raspberry cheesecake and orange cream are fantastic.
Oh,
as ice
right,
cream.
orange cream. Yes, that would be good.
JJ had raspberry cheesecake with bacon the other day.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Terry says, I'm excited for my Keto Chow subscription box. Had a big bag of pina colada. Going to use that. Coconut milk or coconut cream. What's the best coconut milk or coconut cream? Whatever one you
The
can
one
find
that has
probably is
the
the one.
least amount of sugar.
Yeah. JJ likes the idea of pina colada and coconut milk.
I
You
do
can
too.
also
I
actually
do
use
too.
coconut oil.
Yeah, I have done that, and it's delicious.
Or coconut manna. Coconut manna is,
It's like the cacao, and you have to melt
yeah,
it.
it's pureed coconut meat, kind of like peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's very coconutty. Crystal says, trying orange and mango tomorrow for the first time with blended ice, cottage cheese, and butter.
That sounds good.
Rihanna likes chocolate toffee and salted caramel with butter. Pretty much like
Pretty
butterscotch.
much.
Yeah. Let's see. Exposing Darkness says the Wagyu beef tallow tastes like beef fat to me in Keto Chow. Maybe I use too much.
No, I think it does taste beefy.
It does.
It does. It also could just be the beef protein.
Yeah.
But you know, you could do if you wanted to add a little bit more sweetener, or you could add a little bit more flavoring, like chocolate flavoring.
Yep.
I just got Siobhan recommended a stevia that has a chocolate flavor
flavoring in
built
it.
in, and you don't have to use a lot, but it really kind of changed the flavor if you want to try that.
Jean-Ann says key lime is great with coconut cream, and Tracy loves the chocolate core. Can't wait for more flavors. I didn't say we were making more flavors. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
This is why I have the blender bottle here.
Well, I wondered why that was there.
This came up today.
Did you know?
Gonna zoom in.
Did you know that
Okay.
I'm zooming into my face?
On the side of the blender bottle
how
here
yellow
that is
that is.
slightly red because the kids like to
There
put
it
it
goes.
in the dishwasher with stuff that has tomato sauce, whatever. There are markings on the side. And if you take a marker, for instance, that's the 4-ounce line. Right here is the 100 milliliter line.
Right.
And you've got 8 ounces and other lines on there. Take a marker, mark the place, because someone said that they put 1.5 inches of heavy cream into their bottle. I'm like, it's got markings on it.
Yeah, it's
Use
just
the
hard to
markings.
see. They're hard to see.
They're a little hard to see, but if you mark them up ahead of time, they're a lot easier to see. And then you don't have to get something else dirty. Like I was mixing up a test thing with Keto Chow today, and I just put in 4 ounces of heavy cream. I didn't have to get anything else dirty, just this. Well, not this particular one, another
Yeah,
one.
because that one's clean.
Yes. But yeah, they work really great. And when we're out and about mixing Keto Chow, when we're going to a show, we use the blender bottles as a measuring cup.
Yeah.
It works really well.
And it's less for us to bring in their suitcases.
Andrew says, I just ordered a large bag of orange cream today. That's my grandson's favorite.
I'm digging
Shauna
orange
says,
cream. I'm going to make it.
Land O'Lakes butter balls. So I bring
What?
those on my trip. Each ball is
Oh,
1/2
so they're probably
tablespoon.
really cute.
Okay.
I love cute things.
Okay. Does the core ever come in the surprise kit boxes?
Yes,
I don't know if we actually have put it in there.
I think we have. I can check.
I can tell you that the
It can.
sweetened is out of stock right now. So no, we haven't put it in there for a
Yes.
while. But I think we were kind of holding off on putting in the surprise one. It should.
Because anything can go in the surprise box.
But I think it might have been the question of, we're getting close to selling out on this. So
we're not going to do that.
yeah, if it's a limited edition like the vanilla cream or the strawberry cream, I don't think we're going to put that in the surprise kit because we want people to be able to buy them who want to try them out instead of doing the surprise. But we do often put seasonal flavors
Yep.
into
or
the surprise
limited
ones.
edition flavors.
But yeah, so the surprise one, pretty much everything can go in there.
Yep.
Okay, last question of the night.
Okay.
Is there a way to purchase Keto Chow with SNAP or EBT?
I don't know that question.
Unfortunately, no. As far as I can tell, I used to say, I think you can buy it on Amazon with SNAP EBT.
Yeah.
But when I was researching this came up on the Facebook support group. Someone was saying, hey, this is a little bit, I'm a little bit ashamed to say this, which you shouldn't be.
No, you shouldn't be.
That they get SNAP and they were like, can I use SNAP to buy Keto Chow?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Someone else was like, I think you can buy it on Amazon. And someone said, no, only products that are sold by Amazon on Amazon. Weird distinction, right? That means that Amazon bought it from a company and is selling it at a markup.
Yes.
Those food products you can buy with SNAP EBT on Amazon, but otherwise, and last night when we were getting ready to go to bed, I started to research it, and I researched it a bit more today just to make sure I was giving the right answer. And for a time, I was like, oh, there's this new thing that does allow you to do SNAP EBT with Shopify. And then I started to get into some of the requirements for it.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's 2 or 3 full-time jobs
Oh, just to keep it up?
just to keep it going.
Wow.
Every time someone orders using SNAP EBT, you're required to send them this exhaustive, itemized receipt.
And you send that to Snap?
No, you send it to the person.
Oh, no.
Because they have to turn that into SNAP.
Oh.
And you also can't charge sales tax.
Which means that we would pay the sales tax.
No, well, it would somehow, the shopping cart would have to be set up to not charge sales tax.
I don't know how you
If
could do
SNAP
that.
was used and if it was only SNAP eligible products, and if someone pays with SNAP and then they get a refund, you have to only refund their SNAP account. You can't give them a refund any other way. Like, I was going through this and then
It's
you
a
have
lot
to,
of
first you
work.
have to sign up for it and you have to get verified by the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Yes.
And I spent about an hour and a half researching it, and I was like,
I don't know if this is going to work.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't. I was hoping that there was going to be a way that we could do it, but
Yeah.
it's not something that we're going to be able to do.
It's a lot of hoops, apparently.
Well, and before I thought that we simply
It's a
couldn't
bummer.
do it. Now it seems like that there might be a way to do it if you were going to have a team that's like what they did. And for places like Walmart and Amazon, it makes sense for them to have a team that can set that up.
Yeah.
So my recommendation was, hey, I would use
Buy
those
eggs.
benefits to buy eggs, to buy
Ground
ground beef, get good stuff like
Quality
that
protein.
using those SNAP benefits instead. So, unfortunately, that's
More eggs.
yeah, get more eggs. So, yeah, you can't use SNAP or EBT to buy Keto Chow, unfortunately.
Guys.
But in a lot of states, Keto Chow is considered non-prepared food, and isn't subject to sales tax.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though we have to collect sales tax
Okay.
for things like blender bottles.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I just was thinking about eggs.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to say something about eggs.
Okay.
Okay. When Siobhan and Leslyn were here,
Yep.
we came back to the house and we made some yummy eggs with chorizo in it.
Not Teresa, chorizo.
Chorizo. Too many R's. Anyway, it was really, really good. And I had some yesterday and it was still really good. So I recommend eggs with chorizo in it. I don't know how to say that.
GGB says Amazon also got fined heavily during the pandemic for taking snap on third-party things that weren't like Arrow Gardens with 6 seed pods. The seeds can be bought, but not the machines. That's interesting.
Oh, well, probably because you can do it without the machine.
Mike says, I always thought it was weird when I go to California, places like KFC with big signs that say, we take ABT. So my understanding is there was a Little Caesars that allowed you to buy uncooked pizzas so that you could use food assistance money, because I think at that particular place that we were at, it had to be unprepared food or not ready to eat food. Like you had to cook it somehow, which I can understand that. Andrew says, that's too bad. Yeah, it's such a great nutritional food for every person. SNAP would be included. It stinks so much to go through. Yeah, it's a big government program with just as many caveats and gotchas as you would expect.
Yeah. Well, it's like Medicare. There's so many hoops to go through. And I mean, any insurance is difficult, but it feels like Medicare is extra difficult.
So Jujubi says I can't buy any protein powder with EBT.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Terry says I can't wait for eggnog to come back. They are already putting Halloween decorations at stores.
Christmas!
Yep.
Yay!
Let's see. Sana says I just love how excited Miriam is about eggs.
I love eggs.
Andrew says eggs are economical mixed with any meat. Yes. Don't forget, eggs are tiny boneless chickens.
I like to do boiled eggs with tuna fish and mayonnaise or sour cream. I've been digging the sour cream. That's just the chive and onion. I have 3 of them in the fridge.
Okay.
I
thought you had 4.
I think there's only 3.
Lynette doesn't know if she's ever had chorizo.
Oh, Lynette!
It's a spicy sausage.
I'm bringing you some not tomorrow, Thursday.
Becky says I put egg yolk in vanilla Keto Chow to make blender French vanilla ice cream. GB says we got pandemic EBT cards for the girls because we were on the free lunch schedule. It was very interesting learning what you can and cannot buy.
Wow. Well, that's good that they were able to do that for them.
Becky also wants butterscotch Keto Chow.
Yeah. We did the free lunch program too in our old neighborhood. But when we moved out here, there weren't any parks that had it available.
Ah, yes.
So we didn't do it anymore.
Jonas says I used to get the pizza dough sent here from Cape Breton.
Jonna.
What did I say, Jonah? Sorry. And Sean says I like my eggs scrambled or fried. There you go. Mike says I went shopping today. It's 114, and they're clearance out of the summer stuff to make room for Halloween. They're like, we're done. Yes. We are done with summer.
Summer's over. It's too hot.
Tracy overcooked eggs in the air fryer. What?
Jonna, what city are you in? I forgot. And I remembered the one that I forgot we were talking about before.
It was.
So Haley is in Hinton.
Yeah, our daughter's
but she drives to Edson.
Yeah.
So Jasper's this way, and then Edson is this way. She visits some people in Edson. But Tell me what city you're in so I can ask her how close that is to you.
Jujubee says you can buy fishing poles and hunting gear in Alaska because they don't do stores in the wilderness. They take down a moose and salmon.
Oh,
with
yeah?
EBT.
Oh, my gosh.
Tracy says, does anyone know the correct time and temp to get hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer?
6 minutes.
Well, we use an Instant Pot, and they peel like a dream.
Oh, yeah. We don't use the air fryer. We have an air fryer. It's in a cupboard.
Yeah, I think it's gotten used twice.
I've used it to make a couple things, but I have a convection oven.
I have a convection oven.
And so many people that it would take 3 trips in the air fryer. So
if you're cooking for yourself, an air fryer is an amazing
Or if
thing.
you're like coming home from work or school and just throw one thing in, like that would be fine. My kids would probably use it, but they use the oven or the stove.
That's true. Okay, well we've been going on for quite a long time.
Let's go to bed.
We are going to go to bed. My Uller just kicked on.
Yeah, it said time to go sleep.
It's time to get cold. Anyway, you all have a fantastic night, and we will see you on Monday. Actually,
we're going to have to do a live from the car.
We will have to do a live from the car because we will be taking our son to...
we're taking him to
Utah.
Church camp.
Okay. Well, you all have a great night. We'll see you later.
Bye. Love you.